Mark, congratulations. 3 points better off today, and probably 3 points built on resolve and guile, wasn't it, today?
Yeah, and it's something that we've got to try and get. Talk about consistency in our performances, but consistency in, like I keep saying, that phrase, being hard to beat. You know, it's 3 clean sheets in a row now, and you know, ongoing in the future, like every other club, you're trying to find that secret of picking up 3 points or picking up points when maybe you're not flowing as you could or should be. I thought that was one of those days today. It was a very, very tight game. You know, it's going to be small margins that maybe win or lose games, but when we got our nose in front, it was the resolve of the players to make sure we hung on to it and got the 3 points.
You touched on 3 consecutive clean sheets, which for any club at any level is a mark that you're doing something right in that defensive area.
Yeah. I mean, you know, made some changes coming into the Luton game, and we've built on that. You know, but even the lads who didn't start today, you know, when the backs were really up against the wall last sort of 15 minutes, and maybe 1 or 2 were flagging, you know, you bring on Chris Gunter and Liam Moore as well, and they just slot in, they show their experience, they show their resolve in there to make sure the club come away with 3 points, which I was delighted for.
And you mentioned as well the kind of threats that Charlton had throughout the match. They're able to go aerial, play on the deck and stuff. So yeah, they, you know, young and old players kind of rode that challenge, didn't they? Yeah,
I said before it. You know, we had a really good result against Luton, you know, 2 games ago, and you know, on the day, yeah, we won comfortably. But then you look at Luton's, you know, they'd been to Leeds and got some and beaten Swansea, and this league is relentless, you know, and it's like, you know, such fine margins between every team. That's all it is. You know, although we are supposedly sitting comfortable mid-table, and Charlton look as if, you know, they're in a dogfight. Well, if you're not really at it, or things don't go quite for you in the game, you'll get beat. And this is what this league's all about. And if you get beat, you've got to brush yourselves down and go again. But it's trying to get that, like I said, that resolve and consistency in the way you approach games to take something out of every game.
And at this stage of the season too, as you say, when in theory people could point at it and say they've got nothing to play for, the fact that you're seeing that from the team is a really nice sign as well.
No, I think you know, I'd like to think the team's a little bit of reflection on the manager and the coaching staff, and there's no such thing for me as a game that there's nothing to play for. You know, I said to him lunchtime this morning that, you know, let's try and finish as high up as we can, and if first and foremost I'll set them a challenge of getting into the top half of the table, and if we can do that, great. But if we'll go to the top 10, if we can get anywhere near the last game where we can touch top 10, that's what we've got to be doing, trying to push forward and progress as a club.
And just touching on the goal as well, it seems like a long time ago, 3rd minute of the game, George Pușcaș's penalty, made from a little bit of spark from Andy Rinomhota too, you know, and that was you know, in the early stage of the match, that was a really good way of setting the tone for the game.
Well, that's what Andy Rinomhota's got. He's a manager's dream as a midfield player, because he, you know, defensively he'll do his duties there. He's box to box. He's full of energy. He'll try and get on the back of his mark and run into the box as well. And it's just that will for him to do it. You know, a lot of players in this game want to try and come and have the ball to feet all the time, and that's not hard work. The hard yards are running off the ball, running away from the ball, and trying to affect the opposition, and that's what Andy does well.
And he seems to use his physicality really well today as well, although the referee occasionally disagreed and things. I know that you and both Lebo, had various reasons to be upset this afternoon for some of the officiating.
Yeah, I felt for Lee. I mean, you know, I've been in the same position. You come out of the game and you think, well, you've had chances, we've had opportunities that maybe the ref would have given this or given that, and you know, I don't know. I've always said, you know, people say it evens itself out. I don't know if it does, because maybe a lot of teams down the bottom there will probably get it more than most, if you like.
Lastly, of course, it moves on so quickly once again. Yeah, we're into that final little stretch now. Back at Medeski on Tuesday against Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
And you know,
well,
3 more points.
You know, the Middlesbrough one, because, you know, I just said we want to try and push into the top half and you know, and into the top 10 if we can. But probably more the fact that, you know, we've away from home seems at this stage to suit us a little bit better. I only base that on the fact that we seem to get better results away from home, but we've got to try and make sure that we get a home result on the board, you know, which has been too long coming now. So full focus. We'll make sure we recover right from today's game and see how we are fitness-wise, and full focus a home game trying to get the 3 points.
And they've got a little bit of a sort of resurgency, if you like, as well. They've got that little dogfight, but Neil Warnock's come in. So, yeah, I guess he's a manager that every manager in the division knows what they're likely to expect from these teams.
Listen, a hell of a lot of respect for Neil and, you know, what he's done in this division. He's the king of it, isn't he? You know, he seems to get the best of his teams and seems to produce results week in, week out. So, he'll look at us, he'll try and find faults in our game and our weaknesses, and he'll try to exploit them. So we've got to make sure we're well prepared.